My name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder and CEO of AutoGrow.co, and in today's article and video, I'm going to be answering the question, is AI going to kill marketing agencies? Perhaps, is it going to kill your marketing agency? And the simple answer, the short version, is no. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that. So this is an article I'm collaborating with Landon, who's a member of the AutoGrow team. Awesome copywriter, and it's just an example of me using AutoGrow.co in a similar way that our clients use AutoGrow to have an all-in-one team of proven pros ready to go for a flat monthly fee. So let's get right into it. Recently, ChatGPT was released on the world by OpenAI. The initial reaction was a lot around development. Is this so good? Is it going to replace developers? Are developers now going to be obsolete? In the short term, for developers, no, and probably not for a while, perhaps longer than people actually think. And that's why my answer when it comes to agencies is actually kind of similar. I think that for agencies, it's actually going to change a lot in terms of how businesses are operated. I do think that there may be certain licensing models that come up where as an agency owner, you may end up licensing and kind of fine-tuning and customizing different AI models to assist you to sort of supplement your staff or to maybe eventually even be your staff. So I think agencies may become smaller, leaner, and meaner. And I do think that for the most part, AI is really just going to be a tool to accelerate the growth and even the profitability of many agencies. So I think it's actually a very big opportunity, but the key is to grow with the flow. So first question is from Landon, who's co-writing this article with, why are agency owners scared of AI? What does the belief that it will kill the industry actually come from? Well, I think it's obviously it's coming from seeing models like AI models, basically different versions of newer versions of AI. When you think of a model, just think of it like it's an app or like a new version of an app. When you're building an AI from scratch, though, you just call it kind of like a model, right? Because it's like a packaged set of neurons, digital neurons that function in a certain way to give you a certain result. So anyway, the belief just comes from, and this fear comes from seeing the progression, right? Things are getting better in terms of being able to generate AI art. Recently now with a tool like Midjourney, the ability to generate, website design concepts that are they look amazing. And also, copywriting, content writing, it's very easy now, and you can customize it. I saw a video of a copywriter. Our copywriting team at AutoGrow was actually sharing it and discussing it, and I shared my thoughts on it, which were that I think that because in the video, the copywriter kind of walks through it and he gives examples and kind of shows how the AI model, ChatGPT, which you can sign up and try for free if you want, it was able to write copy that was actually very similar to other stuff that was already on the internet. It may, in even some cases, have actually plagiarized a little bit. I'm not sure. You have to fact check me on that. But his biggest criticism was that basically copywriters are not obsolete, certainly not now, because the AI, it doesn't have any tone of voice. And his biggest value that he saw in it as a copywriter was that, it's good at generating maybe ideas for things, like ideas for articles or, for the name of a business or a product. And I disagree to the extent that ChatGPT is iterative. And this is part of what makes it special in my opinion. You can say, write me, an article about this, and now I want you to rewrite it, but in the tone of, like a biblical verse, or in the style of, Charles Dickens, whatever. And it will actually do it. And so you can give it whatever voice you want, because otherwise it's just going to have sort of a neutral voice, if you will. But even in spite of that, and even me saying that this copywriting professional who made this video and saying basically, it's just kind of writing it off. I think he's underestimating it, but I think to be really fearful of this sort of thing as an agency owner, you may be overestimating, at least in the short term, its capabilities and the idea that it is somehow a threat. Because again, I strongly encourage you as an agency owner watching this, and all business owners in general to see this as an opportunity to grow with the flow, to insert this and integrate this into your own workflow. Because if anything, it's going to actually increase, I think, your profit margins. It may eventually put pressure on pricing. We shall see what actually happens there, but still, I think that it is, especially now and especially for the next, I would say 3 to 5 years, it's really going to be a tool that will help you and not be some sort of competition. Because we are still a ways away at this moment from the point where it would make sense for a company, a small, medium, or large size company to go to an AI model and say, hey, I want you to come up with a complete sales funnel, a complete ad campaign, and I want you to run it, promote it, and do everything from scratch for me, manage every detail, go figure it out right now. I think that we are a ways away from that, because by the time that we get to that point, I think there will be other factors at play, because that sort of technology, that sort of capability, would it be available to a lot of people? There would also be a lot of competition between the different models. What we think of as an agency today is just going to evolve, and it's going to change as these models come out and improve. But as it stands today, I mean, even in that scenario where you could go to a model, I think people still like the idea of brands, and they like the idea of not having to think, because you still need to give the inputs and to think about and know what inputs you actually would have to do in this amazing, beautiful future that we're entering into. And the business owner is not specialized in doing that. They may be specialized in their product and developing their product and knowing their customers and clients. And who knows, there may actually be laws passed that say, I don't know, maybe it somehow restricts the commerce of, just going straight to an AI model. Who knows what's going to happen? But even in that case, there's still going to be a need for humans. It's kind of weird to hear myself talking like this because it sounds sci-fi, but there's going to be a need for humans in the process, and there's going to be benefit and value to all stakeholders involved for that to happen. I believe, at least for the near term, up to 10 years, I would say, because these things they are getting better quickly. Right? So it's all happening fast. But again, see it as an opportunity. So that explains a little bit about why I think some agency owners are worried and concerned, and where the belief actually comes from. How will AI change business, not just marketing? As some venture capitalists on a podcast I was recently listening to highlighted, their suggestion was that you're going to be able to hire individual AI assistants similar to the way that you might hire people. And there's going to be different models and different AI platforms that you can license, that you can pay a fee for. And they're going to basically kind of give superpowers to you as the business owner in terms of executing tasks, especially manual, menial, repetitive type of tasks, which maybe you don't enjoy and your staff probably doesn't enjoy doing either right now necessarily. So it's going to help a lot with automation. So what's going to really, I think judgment is going to be a key differentiating factor. How do you instruct, your AI to help you to run your business? What should your AI be working on? How much ease of access do you have to the AI capabilities? And again, this is happening slower than you might expect, and that's a lot of futurists and developers working on this stuff are saying, but it's also going to happen faster than a lot of people who are not really in the loop on this right now. So it's important that you're aware of this. So those are some of the ways that's really going to change business. I think that in the future, it may be that almost everyone sort of becomes simultaneously a freelancer and a business owner of one, or an agency of one, or just even smaller teams. And I think that the typical big corporations are going to be reduced a lot in terms of headcount, and it's just really going to kind of flatten the business landscape. So imagine almost like they're like a little pyramid representing each business, and the bigger the company, in terms of people, the larger the pyramid on this kind of business landscape. If you look at it today, in the future, I think all the pyramids on the landscape that you see, they're all going to be of a similar size, some smaller, some bigger, but I think that what would otherwise require a lot of people can be done with fewer people. But I could be wrong about that. So we'll see what's going to happen. I've already explained a bit about how this is really going to fundamentally change and evolve what we think of as an agency today. How will AI change marketing in the immediate 1 to 2 year future? So basically what we're going to see is for AutoGrow, where we supply vetted, talented human professionals who are experts at what they do. We provide additional ongoing training and quality assurance and all these skill sets in one package, autogrow.co, if you want to check it out. It's incredibly valuable, especially for agencies who want to scale. I think that this will further facilitate the niching of all markets and the increased specialization of different companies within the overall value chain, not to use too many words that sound like nonsense words or jargon, if you will. I think there's going to be a niching across the entire business spectrum in terms of how companies operate. And in terms of marketing, I actually see this supercharging our team's capabilities. So because it's already happened, with the advent of AI writing tools, our copywriting team, without increasing our headcount, is actually able to write somewhere between 50 to, I believe, 70% more per person than they otherwise would be. And I think that trend will probably continue, but I think that the human judgment, there will be increased importance on human judgment and just otherwise having kind of an editor's eye or being, knowing, for example, in terms of copywriting, what words convert, what content is really going to engage, and having an opinion about it, and then having the judgment to tweak and tune, what is the result in terms of getting it back iteratively until it's perfect and right. So I do think that the quality of everything is going to actually jump a lot. It's not going to decrease. I think there's going to be a lot more content, for instance. I think that in terms of just AI affecting marketing, not just as it relates to agencies, but overall, I think that SEO may go away completely. Google is in a weird place right now where they have a competing tool like ChatGPT where you just ask it a question and it just gives you the answer. But Google's whole business model is based on clicking. You search, you get multiple results, and you see all these other ads. They kind of have to burn the boats, in my opinion, if they want to capitalize on this opportunity and just rethink that part of their core business model. Because I'm not sure, why would you need to look through search results if you can have an AI model like ChatGPT just bring you the answer and give you even more than you even need? Why go visit any website at all? Now, of course, there are other reasons to go visit a website, but I can tell you from my own experience using ChatGPT, my usage of Google, I used to use Google 20, 30 times a day. I'm using it 80, 90% less easily. Okay, so that's so SEO might actually die completely, or at least I think it's going to suffer a lot and become less relevant. So I think that paid advertising is going to increase in importance. I think that the productivity of an existing team without growing headcount will be able to grow substantially. I think that the quantity of content out there is going to increase, and it's all going to be pretty good. So I think there's going to be a lot of competition for, just that extra 5 to 10% in terms of honing it in terms of the judgment to make it that much better to convert potential leads. I just think the competition for attention is going to intensify as the quantity and quality of outputs, copywriting, and in terms of visuals increases, like graphics and whatnot, and web design too. Because every website with AI is going to look amazing in time. So important to adopt these tools sooner rather than later. How will AI change marketing in the long term? I think that the traditional business model, as I said, for search engines is going to die or at least change very substantially because I think the chat interface is actually much better and the chat sort of experience, at least right now. In the long term, it could be as long as maybe 15 years from now, but I do think that fundamentally the entire world economy is going to be turned on its head by AI. And things get a little bit gray, I think, after the 10-year mark in terms of my prediction ability. But this is also why I encourage everyone, get on the train now, be using and understanding how these tools work now. I saw one marketer, he said and I laugh, but at the same time, I get where he's coming from. He's moving to the country, he's gonna learn to grow potatoes, and he thinks the party is over, dead and done in 5 years for all agencies, and nothing's going to exist. I'm not that extreme. I think that there is a delay in terms of people adopting new technologies like this. So I think that we are good for at least probably 5 to 10 years, and then things kind of get gray, and then maybe, I don't know, capitalism may not exist after that amount of time. And that may sound extreme, but that is, the future is going to be very interesting and maybe a little weird. So buckle up. And finally, how can agency owners best prepare to adapt for the age of AI? Well, like I said, adopt these tools, integrate them into your workflow, be aware that certain trends are going to begin. If they haven't already, I think they've already begun, like SEO, the intensification, the intensifying of competition for attention, because every website soon is just going to look fantastic, and graphics, every graphic is going to be like the best of whatever the input that the AI was given to actually create it, and on and on and on. So I think to be best prepared is just be aware of the trends, be changing as the technology improves, and adopt it into your workflow. And other than that, I think the future is actually looking pretty bright. So if you would like to work with a partner so that it's good for you to be aware of these trends, but maybe you don't need to learn all these tools, and you need to worry about coordinating the amazing expert human talent, which we already do behind the scenes for you, which has that great judgment that I talked about, then check out autogrow.co, because we can help you to scale your agency. All right, so want to check us out? Go to autogrow.co, watch the demo, and book your call, because we can help you scale into the future and be ready for the future, because the future is coming whether we like it or not. So let's adapt and auto-grow your agency together. Autogrow.co. Okay, so that's my pitch. Go check us out. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our email list, and leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Until next time, keep auto-growing and stay focused. I'll talk to you soon.